We'll start with an opening statement from Coach. We'll do questions for the players first, and then questions for Coach afterwards.
Well, thanks for being here. Credit to St. Joe's. They're always a really good team, play well together. I thought, we had two good quarters defensively, and, we got to put together four good quarters of basketball as we move forward just to be able to compete, in the league. And we're really, really working hard and committed to doing that.
Questions for Coach?
Oh, for Coach?
Or not, players. I'm
Sorry.
Players.
This is for either of you. As two of the older players on the team, how have you guys been working on leadership, especially during the losing streak, making sure the younger players are staying on task and staying positive?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a difficult time, as you can imagine, just keeping morale high. But at the end of the day, everyone on our team, we're the only ones that know what it's like to go through this together. So we're really leaning on each other to uplift each other, put energy into each other, show up every day with the right mindset, and just continue to work like Coach said.
Also, like, holding each other accountable and also being receptive to that criticism, because sometimes it can be hard, especially when you're already down or if coaches are already yelling at you. But, like, being receptive and applying that and not making the same mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Just for either of you, what do you feel like your biggest weakness was today, and how do you plan to improve upon it for the next game?
Yeah, I can. I think, like Coach said, like, string together four quarters. That's been constant talk in our locker room. We held them to single digits in two quarters, so we need to do that in all four quarters. And just, defensive principles and also executing on offense.
And guarding the three-point line. I think they got hot in that second quarter, and that put us down. We kind of dug ourselves a little bit of a hole there.
For me, I would just like to know what were your strengths during this game, and how do you plan on improving them or doing the same techniques in future games?
Kayla, you had a good game.
Getting to the basket, we have a very aggressive team. And, we have our shooter, Max. I think she's been really good hitting those spot-up threes. I think we just need to continue to move the ball, find each other, hit each other in each other's spots, and then go grab the rebound. Like, that's a constant talk again. In our locker room, getting O boards, getting defensive boards. So just being more consistent on that.
And for Michaela, you played almost 40 minutes today, led the team in scoring. I know, Coach, you've been playing around with lineups this year a lot. Playing almost the whole game, was that beneficial for you to really get hot in your scoring?
I think so. I definitely had more opportunities with being on the court. Our focus is really just on team basketball right now and getting everyone on the same page. And I think we took a step in the right direction today, and we're just trying to get better each day.
Going into your game against Fordham, you played them before, they play and all that. Is there anything specific that you were hoping to improve upon for that game and to do against them?
You know how the score went. We were right there with them at the end, so I think it's just coming back for revenge. We have nothing to lose, playing our hearts out, and it's on our home court, so taking pride in that.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Thank you.
Okay. Questions for Coach?
I know I asked her about it, but Michaela playing almost the whole game, she led the team in scoring, 16 points, only player in double digits. What did you see from her today that warranted her staying in the lineup that long?
Yeah, so we've been trying to move around our guards into different positions, and so we kind of moved her spot a little bit. That gives her more opportunities to play in two different positions. Obviously, she was playing pretty well, knocking down her shots, attacking the basket. I didn't feel like there was much need to take her out except for a little bit of a breather. And as she was playing, really well, I think even at the end of the game, we put her as the point guard. So, the more she has learned, I think she's done a really good job of understanding the offense, and so I think that's just really allowed her to continue to be more successful.
Only 4 assists today compared to 16 from St. Joe's. How have you guys been working on playmaking and having a more dynamic offense?
Yeah, we do. I think we share the ball. Maybe doesn't end up leading to an assist, at the end. I think we struggle to put the ball in the basket sometimes in three-point percentage hasn't been our strong suit, so it's hard to get some of those assists. Even if we are passing the ball, you're not getting that outcome.
Coming in, they're missing Brugler, who's been down, and McKenzie's been in an uncharacteristic shooting funk the last two. And yet nothing kind of changes with them, although in your first period, you had to like the way things were going, the way you got started.
Absolutely. Gotta love that. Again, just watching them play through their different lineups. Brugler's an amazing player, so not having to go up against her is something that, we'll take any day. But like Ziegler's special, right? Like she's one of the top kids in the league, and I think Sneed she's starting to get unleashed, right now with the absence of Brugler. So in that Davidson game and then in our game, she's just making plays, and she made 2 threes on us, and we were trying to play off, and those were daggers in that second quarter. And so I think, like we know she's going to go left, but she keeps going left. So I think that's somebody that is just, going to be hard to guard for people in the future.
And I know you touched on this, but the team has had a few great first quarters in a row, like dating back, I think, maybe 4 or 5 games. What do you think is the reason for that, and how have you been working on sustaining that momentum throughout the game?
Yeah, I mean, that's our challenge right now. It's to stay focused for 4 quarters, and I think we put together 2, but that's what's going to get you what we got tonight. It's not enough, and so we have to have the endurance to maintain, right, our focus for 4 quarters. We have to, on both sides of the ball, right? We gave up a 56% quarter and a 63% quarter, and, you're not going to win ball games like that, and if you're shooting in the 30s, it's just really, really hard. And so I think that, another focus has just been taking care of the basketball, and this wasn't a pressing team. And we didn't have live ball turnovers, but we had turnovers that just take away, from your offensive possession. So we're working on that every day. We talked about the accountability to that, and it starts in practice, and we'll get back at it tomorrow.
All good? All right, thanks.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Thank you.